Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and hello to you. Welcome back to another video. Now, there are so many different species of animals on this planet, all precious and irreplaceable, except for spiders. They can fuck right off. Other animals eat insects and don't give me the heebie-jeebies. Like, why do they need 8 legs? Why do they need 8 eyes? Why do some species of spiders need enough venom to kill me when I am not on the menu? Then again, millions of years ago, there were spiders so big that they would eat cats if alive today. So, I mean, I guess it could be worse. But anyway, I completely went off topic there, didn't I? Sorry about that. Where was I? Oh, yes. There are bound to be some animals you didn't even know existed. So, here are 10 animals you may never have heard of. Number 10, pelican eel. Let's start with an animal that you may have heard of. More commonly known as the gulper eel, this creature was discovered by French zoologist Leon Louis Valiant in 1882. It grows to approximately 1 metre and lives 500 to 3,000 metres deep. Despite its looks, the pelican eel isn't an active hunter. It has tiny eyes compared to other creatures found in the deep, so can't rely on its sight to hunt. Instead, it uses pink or occasionally red light on its back fins to lure its prey. To catch its prey, the pelican eel can blow up its mouth, creating a massive net that can scoop up its prey of small crustaceans and squid. However, it is not top of the food chain, as it is eaten by Atlantic fish and other deep-sea predators. Number 9. Yeti crab. There are 4 different known species of yeti crab that have different habitat ranges. The Pacific Arctic Ridge, the East Pacific Ridge, the East Scotia Ridge, and the Australian Arctic Ridge. All yeti crabs are deep sea dwellers. The conditions are mostly dark and very cold, with warm water coming up from hydrothermal vents, creating the habitat for these creatures to live. The yeti crab averages a length of 15 centimetres. Its diet consists of bacteria that are grown on its arms. It encourages the bacteria to grow by waving its arms over hydrothermal vents. I think this is where the inspiration behind the Pokemon Crabominable came from. Number 8. Tree kangaroo. Though the tree kangaroo may look more like a lemur than a kangaroo, it is a macropod just like kangaroos and wallabies. Macropods are a group of marsupials that used to dwell in trees until millions of years ago when they came down to live on the ground. However, the ancestors of the tree kangaroo eventually moved back into the trees, making them the largest tree-dwelling mammals in Australia. These animals are found inhabiting the lowlands and mountainous rainforests of Papua New Guinea, Indonesia and North Queensland, Australia. They can weigh up to 14.5 kilograms, that's 32 pounds, and their body can measure approximately 76 centimetres, that's 30 inches. Their tail can get up to 86 centimetres, that's 34 inches in length. These creatures are perfectly adapted to live in the foliage by having shorter legs and stronger forearms for climbing. In the wild, tree kangaroos will primarily eat leaves as well as ferns, moss, tree bark, and flowers such as orchids. In captivity, their diet includes lettuce, celery, carrots, yams, bananas, dandelions, green beans and hard-boiled eggs. Sadly, due to habitat loss through deforestation and hunting, these creatures are critically endangered. Number 7. Pink fairy armadillo. This is the smallest species of armadillo, growing no bigger than 15.2 centimetres, that's 6 inches long. Scientists don't know much about the behaviour of these creatures because roughly 95% die within 8 days of being taken from their habitat. Due to this, only very few animals can be studied in captivity. I'd like to think that the fairy in the name Pink Fairy Armadillo comes from the fact that scientists looked into its burrow and saw a little ballroom culture of New York in the 1980s. Multiple armadillos were voguing and death-dropping with tiny little rainbow fans with the phrase "Slay Queen" written on them. Meanwhile, another one is being the host and announcing the categories, and tens across the board. Someone needs to do art of a pink fairy armadillo walking a category at a ball. And if you do, please tweet me it. I actually really want to see it. Number 6. Tentacled snake. Found throughout Colombia, Vietnam and Thailand, the tentacle snake got its name from the 2 tentacles that stick out of its head. These tentacles have nerves that attach directly to the area of the brain that processes visual information. They live in fresh or brackish water, streams, ditches, sloughs and rice paddies. They can be usually found in slow-moving or stagnant bodies of water with vegetation that sits level at or just below the waterline. During the dry season, these snakes bury themselves in the mud until the rainy season returns. The tentacle snake mainly preys on small fish, but is also known to eat frogs and crabs. They weigh between 140 to 200 grams, that's 4 to 7 ounces, and their bodies can measure approximately 50 to 76 centimetres, that's 20 to 30 inches. Though they have been known to reach 91 centimetres, that's 36 inches. Number 5. Rhinoceros viper. The rhinoceros viper, also known as riverjack, the butterfly viper, and the horned puff adder, is a venomous snake that inhabits the rainforests and swamps of West and Central Africa. It prefers wet or damp environments and can even be found on plantations. It preys on small mammals, frogs, toads, and fish. The rhinoceros viper can grow between 71 to 107 centimetres, that's 28 to 42 inches, and on average weigh 10 kilograms, 22 pounds. They get the name rhinoceros viper due to them having scales on their head that protrude and look like the horns of a rhino. The venom of these deadly snakes mainly contains hemotoxins. Hemotoxins are toxins that destroy red blood cells, stop your blood clotting, and can also sometimes cause organ and tissue damage. The venom attacks the circulatory system, destroying tissue and blood vessels. Internal bleeding also occurs. Number 4. Prehensile-tailed porcupine. These creatures are quite cute, but I would recommend being careful if cuddling one because you might get pricked. Their natural habitat is the forest of Venezuela, Guinea, Brazil, Bolivia, Paraguay, and some extreme northern sections of Argentina. They can weigh from 2 to 5 kilograms, that's 4 to 11 pounds, and their bodies are between 33 to 48 centimetres, that's 13 to 19 inches. Prehensile-tailed porcupines are herbivores that eat leaves, flowers, shoots, roots, and the cabrium layer found beneath the bark of some trees. In captivity, they can eat root vegetables, nuts, and greens. These creatures are arboreal animals, meaning they live in trees. The prehensile-tailed porcupine is also an excellent climber, spending most of their time in trees. Their ranges vary from 20 to 94 acres, that's 8 to 38 hectares. To put that into perspective, 15.51 tennis courts fit into an acre. This species doesn't hesitate to attack an adversary, which it does by biting and or sitting on it, shaking its quills. They also stomp their feet when they're excited and curl up into a ball to protect their soft underbelly. They can also produce a variety of sounds, from moans and whines to grunts, coughs, shrieks, barks and wails. Number 3. Patagonian Mara. The Patagonian Mara is long-legged with a body that is similar to hoofed animals such as deer. They have 4 toes on their front feet and 3 on their hind feet, with each toe having a claw. Their long ears, short tails, and larger size sets them apart from other species within the Caviidae family. Members of this family include domestic guinea pigs and the largest living rodent, the capybara. The Patagonian Mara averages 70 centimetres, that's 27.5 inches, in length, with its tail being 4 to 5 centimetres, that's 1.2 to 2 inches. They weigh between 8 to 16 kilograms, that's 17.6 to 35.3 pounds. These creatures live in central and southern Argentina, preferring dry grasslands and brushlands with vast open spaces. Their diet in the wild is mainly grasses, however they frequently eat cactuses, some seeds, fruit and flowers. In captivity, they are fed rodent chow, greens, fruit, vegetables, nuts and hay. I have no idea what rodent chow is, by the way. I would presume it's specialised feed for rodents, but I don't know, and I don't really care enough to Google it. But what I do know, and I did care enough to Google, is that the Patagonian Mara can live up to 14 years in captivity, but it's not known how long they live in the wild. Number 2. Ghost octopus. On the 27th of February 2016, a US rover called Deep Discoverer was surveying the seabed north of the Hawaiian archipelago when it stumbled upon this brand new species of octopus. It was called the ghost octopus, most likely due to its skin appearing to lack any pigment. This led to the octopus being given the nickname Casper after the friendly ghost. It was found at a depth of 4,290 metres, that's 2.6 miles, which is unusually deep for an octopus. Scientists believe they lay a clutch of around 30 partially developed eggs on the sea stalks of dead sea sponges. They then wrap themselves around the eggs to protect them as they grow, sometimes for extended periods. The ghost octopus has small tentacles. Again, this is unusual for an octopus, because the general rule is the shallower and the more tropical the environment an octopus lives in, the longer and thinner their arms. Scientists don't know why they have such short curly arms, but they believe it may be due to the way that they catch prey at such depths. Number 1. The bare-hearted glass frog. This frog is named this due to its transparency, in which its bones, intestines and beating heart can be seen through its skin. Being see-through is a very good form of camouflage, but unfortunately for land animals, the trick works better underwater, where the water keeps this frog's fluid-filled insides from standing out. The bare-hearted glass frog lives in the tropical mountains and high montane streams of Central and South America. It's a tiny little frog, only weighing 5 to 14 grams, that's 0.2 to 0.5 ounces, and is only 3 to 7.5 centimetres long, that's 1.2 to 3 inches. The frog's diet consists of small insects and other smaller frogs. Its natural predators are birds, snakes and small mammals. The females can lay between 18 to 30 eggs that can get attacked by frog flies. This frog is weird, and he looks a bit like Kermit from the Muppets. So, what do you think of these animals? Have you heard of any of them before? Let me know in the comments below. I think it's so strange that anything would evolve to have a transparent body. Can you imagine looking in the mirror and seeing last night's tea just digesting? Ugh, just gross. Ugh, just churning and ugh. However, I can see two situations where having a transparent body would be handy. Number 1, if you're a surgeon, it would make your life a lot easier to operate on people because you could see what you were doing better. And number 2, if you're a bottom and you need to know whether you've got a douche or not. Now, if he's 5 inches, then actually, no, we're not going to go there on that one. Another video, perhaps. Anyway, if you like that video, don't forget to drop it a like. If you want more videos like this, then hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you never miss a video. I'm also on Twitter and Instagram, so feel free to follow me there as well. Links in the description below. Thank you for watching, and until next time, DJ, drop the bass.
Yeah, I'm free falling, can you hear me calling for you? Yeah, I'm free falling, I'ma keep on falling.